Yo, guys, we're going to go into a little bit about currencies, okay? The world currencies. How's Kaspa doing? How's crypto doing with regards to the currencies of the world? And even looking at gold. Gold is absolutely skyrocketing, and it found that support and it blasted off from there. So this is extremely healthy, and it's great to see. Who knows what's going to do? Maybe a double top, who knows? But the reason it's doing this, you have to understand that the dollar, and it's not just the dollar that's not doing so hot. Even China itself is not doing so hot. They are undergoing it's pretty crazy. Their banks like today and every month it's just getting worse and worse. Like there's banking issues. The real estate market in China is collapsing, and it has been collapsing for a while now, and it's getting to a point where it's broke. It's broke. It wasn't sustainable, and now it's collapsed, and it's collapsing currently. This is the type of thing that caused the 2008 recession, the whole real estate bubble, the whole real estate crash, the banking system crash. That's happening in China right now. And we very well could see something similar in the US. Real estate prices have just been, very astronomical. We could see a very large crash with real estate as well. So the dollar is also not in a very poor position. The Fed's having to refinance. They're in a very poor position. They're going to have to print money to be able to, sustain this level of massive debt. Like no one is going to be buying this debt. No one wants to buy this debt. Not China, not Europe. Who's going to buy it? The Feds are going to have to buy it off of themselves, and that's going to be coming from printing of money. So crypto is in just an excellent position right now, and it's already seen some massive gains. So you have to understand that it's like very reasonable to see gold blasting off because it hasn't risen as much as Bitcoin, for example, in the last 5 years. It's very understandable to how to mine gold. It's understanding what gold is rather than understanding what Bitcoin is and how to mine Bitcoin. The average person doesn't know what is Bitcoin, how to mine it, and how it works. So they're not going to understand when they're under financial pressure, financial uncertainty. They're more likely to flock to gold right now in today's age than Bitcoin. So it's very reasonable, and it's something you have to understand. But the bigger investors, the big money, they understand what Bitcoin is and how early investing in this is, especially going forward with the collapse of the dollar, even the collapse of the Chinese yuan. What that would mean. And so the dollar, the U.S. is really doing their best to also pressure China, with a trade war. They're trying to really keep the boot on their throat in a way that they don't want to give China like a way to alleviate their very much their banking crisis and their real estate crisis that they're experiencing right now. Like even a lot of banks in China, they're capping withdrawals. You can only withdraw a certain amount from a bank, or some banks they don't even allow withdrawals. So a lot of people are they're rioting, and they're causing just a big protests, just like what happened in 2008, and even in what was it, like the Tiananmen Square in 1986, something like that. Um, it's just happening again because the same practices of China has like 70% of their, like the average person just puts 70% of all their wealth, or even 100% of their wealth, just in real estate. And owning a house is so much for China. I was watching a video, it's really interesting, about how so much reliance is on real estate in China rather than the US. You have investment in real estate and also in stock markets and just various markets. Of course, crypto, and there's different ways to invest in the US that people diversify. But in China, it's like a lot of people have all their eggs in one basket, and so when a crash and when the system falls, there's so much over leveraging in the real estate in China. So you see these ghost cities, things like that. And now the banks that are lending out money to these real estate people that are creating these cities that are unsustainable, these ghost cities, they don't even have enough money to finish them. Now these banks, they don't have the money returns. They can't fulfill their promises to give back the money. So you put $100 in the bank in China, or 100 yuan or whatever. They're lending out 90% of it, and they keep 10% in their vault. the banking system, it works until it doesn't, and it doesn't when the people over leverage and don't do safe practices. So it could very much create a massive crash in China's economy and in the global economy as well. This crash and this type of crisis can very well spill over into the U.S. Um, we're gonna have to see how things turn out, and just like the safe haven is gold and Bitcoin and Kaspa. These are, crypto is a safe haven. Of course, you're looking at things that are fair launched, things that actually provide, the best technology is Kaspa. The solutions that crypto needs in order to reach global adoption, in order to reach real world application, is Kaspa with its internet fast confirmations. And it doesn't just stop there. Like, imagine like a company, like, say for example, like Walmart, they could be having a home miner, mining the transactions of mining the block of their customers, like, and that's just instant. That's faster than the internet round trip time. That's, or even like the network round trip time for Caspa. That's so much faster. It's much more reliable because you're relying on your own miner. Fees, you won't have the fee market, but you're going to be relying on your customer for the service you're providing for their mining fees. So it's a very interesting where, all the solutions that Caspa offers and where it can head long term. But stay with the safe haven, because fiat is going nowhere but down the trash, especially in the coming 5-10 years. And even, governments and leadership are really starting to realize. You look at Warren Buffett; he's the money itself, and he's saying it's a good idea to own other currencies. Like, bruh, how to say buy Bitcoin without saying buy Bitcoin? The 500 years of world reserve currencies, they all have their eras, and now we're at the end of another era and the start of a new one. It could be, Bitcoin, and then after that it's going to be Kaspa. We're going to have to see, where adoption starts to spike for Kaspa. It could be in the next 5 years, 10 years, and it could create a new era. But basically it's the era of crypto, and that's where we're at right now. This is the very start, and that's why I'm saying, like, people that want to sell at the top to buy back into the bear market. You look at the stock market and things like, it's been in a full uptrend for more than 10 years, and you're gonna tell me you're gonna sell like at the first like peak or something like that to buy back in? Like, these bear markets can be very underwhelming for an era, a golden age, for a crypto renaissance. So, and it's going to all be powered by Kaspa, the solution for crypto itself, the most decentralized, the most secure, the fastest, the internet speed for transactions. It's going to be powered by Kaspa. Maximize exposure, get into Kaspa, get into its top assets, the best performing assets. You look at history, you look at how Ethereum, played out. Where was its layer 2 tokens? How was its dexes? How was its meme coins? Meme coins are the second largest asset category in crypto. So you want to get the most exposure, the most profit, optimize your portfolio. You're going to need to hold meme coins. These two are set up extraordinarily. Kango's retesting, the mid Bollinger, mid moving average on the daily. Nacho is just performing excellently with this wedge pattern. It's about to break out. It's even Kaspa as well, hitting its mid Bollinger on this weekly. This is exactly what Ethereum did 8 years ago. Exactly what Bitcoin did 12 years ago. It's going to be here for about 1 to 2 months. We'll see when maybe it even lines up with the release of its layer 2s and layer 1.5, the whole smart contracts environment. It might line up with that for the absolute rocket that we're really hoping to see. So yeah, that's just how crypto is. Hold it, keep it. A lot of people, this is also like it's a huge step for Kaspa. This 10 BPS is the framework, and it's like a lot of people want to see it to believe it. So like, when all the math is proven on paper, it doesn't matter to them. They want to see the crypto in action. So this is seeing it in action. And for big money, big institutions, this is a very large factor. Definitely don't downplay. Let's get a reload on here. Go to block dag, and there she is. There she is. It's beautiful. It's just an artwork. I was like, I was spending way too much time. I started making a video yesterday. I was spending way too much time just like trying to fix this up with a new image of the real time block dag 10 bps. So this was on like testnet. So now I was trying to look for like something that looked good. I filled up the screen of this whole wallpaper. I was just going through it, and I wasn't happy with so much of it. I was using Photoshop, and you see here, there's actually like 2 block tag images of Kaspa's block tag. I Photoshop them together to try to fill it up. Man, I was doing way too much work on this. Just, oh man, but I love it. Just incredible. It's just mesmerizing. It's like looking at like a fire. You can look at it all day, or even looking at like the ocean. It's beautiful. And this is real time. This is what like transactions happening on the Kaspa block tag, real time. These are real. This is real monetary transfers. This is actual money. This is money moving. This is money itself. This is a network. This is a truly decentralized settlement layer. This is the truly decentralized Oracle system. This is just everything for data ledger technology, distributed data ledger. This is data itself, the movement of data, the verification, the validation of data in a trustless way. This is the future. Okay, this is the absolute future, and this is the start of the future as well. 10 BPS is just the start. Watch out for DAG Night. Watch out for 32 and 100 BPS, even more. For what you see, it's like we cap it at 100 BPS, but it can go higher and more than that if as hardware, as technology develops, as the speed of it's going to be capped at the speed of internet. The speed of internet is going to keep increasing as well. So, look at Starlink, look at these satellites, upgrading themselves. But as hardware upgrades and hardware improves its capability so that the average, laptop or computer at someone's home is going to be able to have greater resources, then the 10 BPS, it can increase. It can increase to 250 BPS. That's why it's a free permit to dream. There's that one here. What does it say? Let's go. What's it? It's 250 BPS. Dreaming is a free permit for imagination. What a beautiful quote. I don't know who said that, but it's probably a legend. It's just, that's why you invest in the best right now, and investing in Kaspa is the best that will ever come. And it's like, it's not just a cryptocurrency. It is the currency. It is the data network. L1 data network settlement layer, ultimate endgame. Man, it's just like, it's so hard to even like comprehend where Kaspa can go long term, because it's just the best of every sort of system. It's the most optimized, trustless, decentralized system. It's wild. It's just wild. Multi-trillion market cap. Nah, let's talk about tens of trillion of dollars market cap. That is where I think it'll be fairly valued. Long term, hold for retirement. And that's where I think it can definitely head to. Tens of trillions of dollars, without any doubt. That's where I think it's going to reach its peak, peak value. And then, 10 trillion to get to 20 trillion, 30 trillion, 40 trillion. That's where it's headed. And that's the future. This is the future of currencies and data networks. Absolutely. Trustless. AI agents are going to use Kaspa because it's just the best. It's the fastest, trustless, most secure network they could possibly send their data through to work their AI systems. These AI agents, they don't care. They're not going to be following whatever the human tells it to. It's going to be doing the most optimized route. Most optimized route is through Kaspa's block tag. So, You know, the future is AI, and the AI will choose Kaspa because it's just the best. It's mathematically, provenly the best. So act accordingly.